So I was waking up, getting ready to start my stream, happened to hop on Twitter, and all of a sudden I see a tweet from Sven saying patch 2 is actually already live for Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm like, what? I thought you guys just mentioned Community Update 24 that patch 2 was coming down the pipeline, and it's here. So without further ado, I guess I need to patch up my game before I play today. So let's dive into this here real quick. Patch 2 is now live, including bug fixes, performance improvements, and beyond. Withers has heard tale of Tavs being requested the presence of friends for an afternoon adventuring, wanting to return to the lifestyle of a solo adventure without their friends. So the first thing, of course, is Withers' Wardrobe of Wayward Friends. It says, with this woodworked wonder, you can now dismiss co-op party members and bring your own companions back into the fold. It says this solution only extends to custom characters, however, so no throwing Gale into a cupboard, even though he might actually be comfy there. Says there's lots of performance improvements and UI tweaks, which is really interesting. I'm curious to see what those improvements look like because I am playing in an older rig. I'm on a 1080 on my laptop and it's been doing great. But obviously in the city, there's been some, noticeable hitching here and there in areas where there's tons of stuff going on. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what those performance increases are. Also, UI tweaks, it says, along with the new epilogue scene for Karlach and additional in-game scenes being worked on. Additional Karlach moments have been also added in Act 1 and 2, which is really cool because that means that my Sorcerer playthrough is not very deep. I'm only in the Goblin camp now, and I've only had her in my party for a little bit. I'm like 8 hours into that playthrough, so I should be able to experience the full Karlach with that, with the patches and updates and stuff. Here are the highlights, it says here. Obviously, Wither's Wardrobe of Wayward Friends, performance optimizations across the board, reduce the size of save games, which is awesome. This, by the way, before I hover over any of this stuff, some of this might be spoilers for you, so if you don't want things spoiled, I would say they've got them blacked out, but I'm going to read through them, so just you've been warned, just as an FYI. Patch brings initial scene to conclude the ending in which Karlach decides to travel to Avernus. If Karlach is in your party at the end of the game and the Blade of Avernus has to go to the Hells with her, you can now decide whether to go with them, go alone with Karlach, or let them go by themselves. Added new moments for companions to Avatar Karlach to reflect on the state of her engine between acts. Added a new moment for Avatar Karlach to reflect on the possibility of her engine burning out after getting her second upgrade. Fix potentially getting stuck in combat because a player character cannot be selected at the end of their turn. I've seen that bug before. Fix an issue causing you to get stuck in dialogue with angry Mariak and Oyster Boy Dringo of the Sword Coast Couriers. I haven't seen that, neither one of those yet. UI improvements. Added a delete all but latest option for each campaign. Oh, that's beautiful. Because the save file things, especially if you've chosen to max out your amount of save files. Apologies, there was a sneeze there. Um, There was a lot of save files there. Added new icons for equipped items, making it easier to tell if they're equipped by the selected character, one of your characters, or another player's character. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. Who's hoarding all the equipment? We've now added item rarity filters to the inventory. Oh, that's perfect. Turn notification now lists whose character's turn it is. Even better. Character summary on level up will now update to reflect changes in ability scores. Woohoo! Active search list now persists after being opened and is more informative, also very cool. The action radial now creates containers for spells created by other spells, making them easier to manage. That's also cool. Fixed an issue blocking saving, crashing after character creation, with loot being generated that can't be picked up. Fixed a crash when switching between controller and keyboard. Okay. Fix a crash when assigning action to a slot in the radial menu. Fix your crash when loading a save game. I haven't seen any of these crashes, but honestly, I've been playing the game. I've never seen a single crash, to be honest with you, so that hasn't affected me. Performance and optimization, though, this is some important stuff. Improved performance and made optimization across the game. Improved CPU load. Performance improvements related to controller movement. Oh yeah, because I play in controller like 90% of the time. Made optimizations for moving around the world in controller. Woo woo woo. Moved surface texture and decal creation to worker threads. Loading shroud textures to worker threads. Minimap performance. That's going to be a big one. The minimap. Optimized controller map by moving some difficult items. Great. Reducing the size of save games. Great. Remove some unnecessary calls to the hotbar to improve on stuttering. There are a lot of controller optimizations here, everybody, which is really, really good for me. Fixed a memory leak when streaming textures. Very cool. Hotbar slider fixes portraits of characters not fitting in their party line. Improves the light source tooltip. That's great. Awesome. Tweak the layout for equipment slots. Man, this is all good stuff. Some combat stuff. Portraits and turn order sometimes disappearing is now fixed. Fixed unbreakable will of another brain missing its portrait. The combat log will now have entries for all looted items for corpses. Thank you, Larian Studios, for including this one because I cannot tell you how many times this happened the other day. I was trying to figure out where did the key go that I looted off this body, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And one of my community members actually went back to the stream and said, "Hey, I watched your stream and it didn't actually show up at all. So it must have been missing from the body, which is a bug." But this would have helped me realize that I hadn't looted it at all if I had been able to see. And there have been other times too where I've looted something and I'm like, where did it go? I can't find it. Did I actually pick it up? So that's a huge one in my opinion. Um, let's see here. Fixed attack roll bonuses sometimes being duplicated. Okay. Spells. Fix the learn more spells button, opening the window for the currently selected character instead of the character whose character sheet you clicked it on. That's good. Journal. If there were a lot of speakers in the dialogue, the list of the names will no longer be cut off in the dialogue history. I've seen that, so thanks for fixing that. Trading, okay, tooltips, save files, options. Organize the keybind menus into categories. Yes, thank you very much. Reorder and rework the options menu to make them more intuitive. Fix the reset tutorials button in the options. Okay, that one is big because I've bugged that out on like 3 different new characters now so far. So I'm so happy to see that that one's also in here. Um, that's really, really cool. Miscellaneous. Cool. Difficulty. The controller thing is big. There's a lot of things in here for the radials and the character sheet and other stuff. And I've been saying, I think the controller, if you see here, the controller is getting a lot of love in this one because they are preparing for the launch of the um, PS5 and of course the Xbox one coming down the pipeline. So this is going to be very interesting to me to see what this looks like when we get logged in here in a little bit for the stream because I play on the controller even though I'm on the PC. Lots of gameplay stuff, combat and balance. There's a ton of stuff here. I am not going to go through all of this because if you want to, you can read through this at your leisure. The big thing though is of course that patch 2 is live. Like I was not expecting this to be live already. I thought we were a week or two out from this, and suddenly I open this up and I'm like, I'm literally all like groggy and rubbing my eyes, going, "What?" So I'm about to go patch, get the stream going. Of course, tonight is Starfield, so we're going to be playing that as well on top of Baldur's Gate 3. So hopefully I'll see you for all the things that are happening today. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, everybody, so you never miss an update. And stay tuned because we got lots more juicy Baldur's Gate 3 coming to you. Join the Discord. Links are down below. Until next time, everybody. See you in game.